Hey guys, Dr. Ben here. Let's talk about exercise. Let's talk about what you can be doing today to get your health optimized that has to do with getting your body moving. And this is such an important part. Unfortunately, we're all stressed out. We all have time constraints. We all have these, oh my gosh, I don't have time to get to the gym, go for a 3-hour bike ride, all these different things. And yet, what can you do today to get your exercise where it needs to be? So welcome. Go ahead and pop down below where you guys are watching from. Love to see it all over the country, all over the world. We had a little bit of an issue where we weren't being shown as much in people's Facebook feeds. I think we got that fixed. So if you haven't seen us for a week or so, that's probably why it is. But we'd appreciate it if you could give some thumbs up, give some comments down below, put in some questions, some different things, just to get those algorithms going again, because we got a little bit knocked down on that level. So here we go. Pop down below where you're watching from. Love to see you guys. Give me a thumbs up if you're exercising at all. Thumbs down if you're not exercising at all, just so I get an idea of where people are at and what you're doing out there. Yeah, hey Nancy, good to see you. Yeah, so any feedback, any thumbs up, any of those things, Nancy, are going to be great, just to get those algorithms pumping back up again. So hopefully we will be back up and in front of everybody here really soon. Hey Michelle, good to see you, and Stephanie there in Georgia as well. So here we go. Is this the best type of exercise you can possibly do? What is it? Well, we're talking about the HIIT exercise, high intensity interval training, HIIT. A lot of different takes on it. Some people call it HIT, high interval training. There's a lot of different ways to do it. In my book, Rebuild Your Brain, Stop the Damage, Start the Repair, I talk about exercise in there. My wife's book, where she goes into depth how she healed herself from mold toxicity, from autoimmune of the brain, a lot of different things. She used the HIIT very specifically to help with that process as well. So what we're going to go through today, some of the really good parts of what the HIIT workouts do to your body, how it optimizes your body, and how you can implement that in very easily. We've got even a software where you can go in, and we've got videos available, all types of different things to do this, where you can day in and day out get going with that activity. So here we go. Let's jump into it, and what the body actually changes and what shifts. Oh, great, Michelle. Thanks for sending out that book to your niece on the brain. And then we also have the blood sugar book as well, which we talk about a lot of different things that we're going to be looking at here today. Sherry, great to see you there in Bayard. Okay, so one of the first things that we look at for HIIT exercises is that it's actually really, really beneficial for type 2 diabetics. And type 2 diabetics are going to be people that have insulin resistance. They're not processing their glucose like they need to. And most of the time they're overweight. Most of the time they're not in great shape. And they're like, oh my gosh, I can't do this type of an exercise. So let's get into it. What is a HIIT workout? And how can even people like type 2 diabetics, even people that are older, overweight, my parents, 75 and 78, and they do HIIT workouts almost every day. They're doing boot camp exercises. So a HIIT workout is where you take that exercise and you go into a higher intensity. So instead of just going for a walk, okay, hey honey, we go for a walk every day. Just had an older couple there in their late 60s. They go for walks every day. Well, that's great, and yet they're losing muscle just by going for walks. Guaranteed. If you are not doing exercises where you're challenging your muscle tone and you are aging, you are losing muscle. And so you've got to push it every day to break down the muscle a little bit so it can build that muscle back up. So just going for a walk is not going to be that beneficial. Sure, it's going to help your blood flow. It does a lot of things, but really walks, that's not exercise. If you go ask the lady in Africa that puts the bucket of water on her head and walks down, a mile or two every day, or the family in Italy that goes to town and buys their food and then comes back and makes it every day, a mile, 2 miles, 3 miles, 4 miles, That's not exercise, that's just life. Go to New York City, how much are they walking? It's not like, ooh, gotta go to work and get my exercise. No, they just gotta get to work, and they can't take a cab and the subway's too far or whatever it is. So walking is movement, but it is not exercise. And that's a really important part of this, is that you've got to truly exercise every single day and get that heart rate up a little bit, get muscle contraction going, and that's going to be one of the crucial pieces. All of these different things. Type 2 diabetes, the research shows that HIIT exercises have dramatic benefit for type 2 diabetes. One of the big ways that this does it, there was a study done where they had a group of people do 3 cardiovascular, go for those walks, 3 walks a week, and another group do 1 7-minute bicycle sprint as fast as they can for 7 minutes, and they compared their blood sugar throughout the course of that study. The group that did the 7-minute bicycle sprint had way better blood sugar stabilization, was way more consistent on their blood sugar than the group that was doing the 3 walks per week. Why? Because that muscle contraction pulls a lot of glucose out of the bloodstream, and it does it very efficiently, even without insulin working well, even without those insulin receptors working well, insulin resistance, all those different things. So type 2 diabetes, insulin resistance, pre-diabetes, any of those things with blood sugar imbalances, HIIT workouts are absolutely crucial. You've got to get into those. You've got to get that heart rate elevated. So what do you need to do during that HIIT workout? A lot of the studies, you'll see 20 to 30 minutes. And I'm like, I haven't done a HIIT workout for 20 to 30 minutes in months, if not years. If I do, I'm usually tired in the afternoon. I prefer somewhere in the 10 to 20 minute range for a HIIT workout. That's what my wife does as well. That's what we have most of our patients do. So what you're going to do is you're going to and it doesn't really matter what type of activity it is, as long as you're getting that heart rate up. We like 180 minus your age. So write this down, 180 beats per minute minus your age. So I just had a birthday, I'm 29 now. No, not really. So I'm 46, but I exercise every day, and my cardiovascular and my workout ability is a little bit higher, so I bump it up 5 points from there. So somewhere about 140 for me. If you're 40 years old and you're just starting out, you might want to be down even at like 135. So start a little bit lower in there. You want to get that heart rate up into the mid 130s, up to 140 at the most, and you do that for 10, 20, 30, 60 seconds, and then you take a break. And then you do it again, and you do it again. So this morning, I was on the rower. Brittany's going to pop down a link to a couple rowers on Amazon there. And then even the Concept 2, I don't know if they have that on Amazon, Brittany, but Concept 2 rower, one of the best ones out there. And so I rode for a minute straight at a pretty good clip. My heart rate got up to 140-ish, and then I rested for 30 seconds. And then I would do it again. And I did that, I did some weights, and then I did that to finish it up for like 5 to 10 minutes, and that was enough of a cardiovascular. My heart rate was going, my breathing was going, and I was feeling better through there. So you can do it with a lot of different things. If you don't have any weights, any equipment at all, you can do push-ups against the wall, you can do air squats, you can do lunges, you can do burpees, you can, if you're creative and have some strength, you can do handstand push-ups where you go up against the wall and do push-ups. You can put your feet up on a box and do push-ups that way. Lots of different things, tons of information out on the internet. There's videos. Apple TV has tons of different things. My wife Michelle's has Brittany, you can put that up there as well. She's got a website where different stages of health and activity levels, we've got videos set up for that. So lots of information out there for you guys to be able to do that. So other things that does, it's great for blood sugar, diabetes, type 2 diabetes, even type 1 diabetes, insulin resistance. It's going to boost your VO2 max, which is that ability for the body to utilize oxygen. And a lot of times people think, oh, you got to go for a run, go for a long bike ride, whatever. But what the research shows is that the HIIT workouts boost your VO2 max, and it really keeps that cardiovascular system improving. And doing this every day is going to have a dramatic effect on your overall cardiovascular health. This epoch where we have this expenditure of oxygen consumption over time is going to be another thing that we're looking at, where after doing a HIIT workout, the body needs more oxygen, and even your heart rate calms down, everything's good. So I did that workout this morning. My body is needing more fuel as I go through the day. So what does that mean? Well, it's going to be burning more calories. It's going to be accessing fat stores. It's going to be doing a lot more to grab out of those different areas than just, well, I went for a walk and it wasn't really stressful on the body, so we're fine. We don't need to pull much out. We didn't really break down muscle. We didn't do anything else. So if you're doing a HIIT workout and you're breaking down some muscle, you're building up that cardiovascular system, you're going to be burning more at rest. That's why a lot of people, if they're doing like bodybuilding and things like that, they have to eat 4,000, 5,000 calories just to maintain their weight, because their body is consuming so much energy just because of the intensity of their workouts. So another thing that we see is it's going to stimulate hormones, and it's going to stimulate hormones for fat burning and for muscle growth. The main muscle growth one is testosterone. So testosterone, remember, women and men both need testosterone. One of the most common deficiencies that we see. I had a guy the other day, his testosterone was 111. It needs to be 500 to 600. We had a lady the other day, hers was 140 because she's taking pellets. So she's more of a man than he is, and I mean, it's just so messed up out there. But testosterone is crucial. Muscle tone, motivation, libido, sex drive, motivation, get up and go, all these things, testosterone is crucial for men and women to do those things. So HIIT exercises are going to build up on that. It's going to get that muscle growth going, get that testosterone up. This is one of the reasons why guys have such low testosterone out there, is because they are depleted and they're not doing that intense exercise that they need to be doing on a regular basis. It has a lot of anti-aging benefits to it. So HIIT exercise, the research shows that it is anti-aging. And again, everybody jumping on, thanks for being on here. Pop down below, like Jason, I see you jumping on. Pop down below where you guys are watching from. Remember, we got a little bit knocked down on our algorithms. Some things happened on Facebook that they didn't like, so we haven't been in front of you guys very much lately. So the way we can combat that, like, share, thumbs up, post, put where you're watching from, all those things, and we'll build that back up. We'll get back in front of people again. So thanks for doing that, everybody. Really appreciate you guys out there. So anti-aging, skin, anybody, hey, Casey in Virginia, great to see you. Anybody have sagging skin not doing what they want to do? Hey, Jason in South Dakota there. Skin, one of the biggest things, if the more these HIIT exercises you do, the less dangly skin that you're going to have. Thanks for all those thumbs up and hearts, guys. So a lot of anti-aging is going to take place with these HIIT exercises. Another really important one is it's going to decrease appetite. It's going to decrease your cravings. Maybe, at a meal you'd be like, man, I better eat. If anything, it can get you eating more consistency. We have as many people that skip meals and don't eat like they're supposed to as overeat. So we've got to get that appetite suppression, get that appetite where it needs to be. Again, that testosterone is going to go up dramatically when people are doing HIIT exercises. The blood sugar, again, it's going to stabilize very consistently the more the HIIT exercise you're doing. If you're checking your blood sugar like a lot of our patients are, and a lot of you guys that follow us are doing, and that blood sugar is all over the place, especially the spikes, the more you do these HIIT type exercises, the better that blood sugar is going to stabilize. And one of the most important ones is what is called Bdnf, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. Give me a thumbs up if anybody's heard of Bdnf. If you've read my book, Rebuild Your Brain, you've read about it in there. If you've read my wife's book, you've read about it in there. But Bdnf is this hormone that's going to be secreted when we do HIIT exercises, when we go into ketosis, when we do some of these different things, and it's going to actually drive. Hey Aaron, great to see you. Even 20 minutes, I break my workouts into 8-minute intervals during the day. Perfect. That is really, really good. We'll talk about that in a second. It's going to drive that. Bdnf is going to help repair and rebuild any damaged neurons in the brain, and it's going to help nourish nourish the ones that are there as well. So Bdnf, one of the most important things you can do for brain function in the body, and one of the main ways to get that is to do some HIIT exercises. So Aaron had a great point there. There was a study done where they had a group do 15, they did exercise every week, 30-minute exercise, 2 15 a day, or 3 10-minute exercises in one day, and they all lost the same amount of weight. So you don't have to go and do 30, 40, 60 minutes of exercise at a time. Break it up. You can do 3 5-minute workouts, little bursts. You know, if all you do is did 5 minutes of burpees and did that 3 times a day, I guarantee you your health would change. A lot of people don't like burpees, but if you haven't done a burpee, look it up on YouTube and then try a couple, and you may not like me, but it is crucial to do something like that where you get that heart rate elevated. We're posting down below some stretchy bands. There's a lot of different things that you can do. And Yolanda, I'm enjoying my new rebounder. Yes, so Yolanda, make sure you're checking your heart rate and make sure you're getting up to that 180 minus your age. So you may have to go bigger bounces. You may have to go faster, more intense. Do it for 30 seconds and then do some push-ups against the wall. And then do it for 30 seconds and do some push-ups against the wall. Break it up with some other things, with some muscle building and some strength training in there as well. So remember, guys, most important type of exercise you can possibly do is not going for a run or a walk or yoga or a bike ride or any of these other things. It's actually that high intensity interval training, not getting your heart rate up to 180 and throwing up and making yourself tired and yawning everything in the afternoon, but getting to that point where you're getting that heart rate up 180 minus your age, doing some bursts, 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. A lot of different ways to do it. We can post some links down below as well for some sample exercise routines, some things like that. My wife's book has a bunch of pictures, a bunch of different exercises in there. So you guys can do this. It doesn't take an hour. You don't have to go to the gym. You don't have to do all these things. Get up, get moving. Morning is best because that's going to get that metabolism going for the day. And this is a huge part of your immune system, your mental strength, your blood sugar stabilization, all these different things. Get your body moving. Do that HIIT workout. You got this. Stay strong.